Hey guys, it's the Waco Kid here. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween to all our pullers out there. Waco Kid, Waco, Texas. Wow, when you can survive the oppressive summer that is typical of Central Texas, for the next 7 or 8 months, you just have the gorgeous, perfect weather that everybody would like. Like San Diego. We got like San Diego weather, but it's actually warmer. Beautiful, sunny, it's nice out here. Thank God we made it through that oppressive summer. This is an update, and also this is my take on Devon Larratt versus Evgeny Prudnik. That's coming up pretty soon. Anyway, so this will be a little bit long video, but not too bad. So it's Halloween. I'm getting after some of the techniques that I'm designing for people over 40. As you know, I'm more of the Levon Saganashvili ideology. In other words, I believe in strength, I believe in the gym, I believe in working out and doing the right exercises, and less table time. I've already explained that in other videos. I have a whole nother career, a whole nother life besides arm wrestling. I don't have, like, these videos I see of these guys, they're always arm wrestling. Can you raise your hand if you're a busy professional over 40 and you don't have time to arm wrestle 4 hours a night, 2 or 3 times a week? Raise your hand. Is that you? Because that's me. And I don't have time to do that. So I'm going to have to focus more on the strength and the endurance. And then when I can get some table time, a little bit of table time. I believe that's the way that it's going to go for me. And by the way, it's not like I'm 18. I mean, yeah, if you're 18, 20, 22, like I see some of these guys, I mean, if they don't have another hobby, they can be at the arm wrestling like every night if they wanted to. I just don't have that time, and I don't think that you, if you're watching me, have the luxury of going and doing arm wrestling 3 or 4 hours twice a week or something like that. You probably have a life, maybe you have a career, maybe you have a job, maybe sometimes like me you work doubles and overtime and everything else. So that's that. My strategy has been the same. I found my weaknesses when I did go to a practice to be back pressure, my hand and wrist were weak. That's where, and also side pressure. Although side pressure I'm putting in 3rd place. It just seems after watching so many videos that if you can supercharge your back pressure and your hand and wrist, the back pressure becomes more on the back burner. Yeah, you still, I mean the side pressure, excuse me. Yeah, you still need the side pressure, but I think the pulling ability and the ability to keep your hand and your wrist, I think that's most important. That's what I've been working on. And just a few days ago, I finally passed the strength level that I met in June. And I'll make a video upcoming. I'm getting my pronator up. I guess I could say that at least with my right hand, the left hand's still funky. But the right hand, I'm able to actually strict pronate now right around 70 pounds. So what is that? That's like 33, 34 kilos. And for me, that's good. Once I can get up to around 40 kilos, a very strict pronation, and I'm also doing supination too. Because that's where I see that some of the world champs are right at. We're not talking Levon, just like a guy that I like a lot is Sandras Setis. So you can watch him do 10 reps with like 42 kilos, strict pronation right off the table and the belt. I feel like if I can get to that level, that will at least make me somewhat competitive, where I'm not going to lose everything I do when it comes to arm wrestling. No one wants to go arm wrestle and lose 10 out of 10 matches. So I feel like if I can get to some benchmarks I've set for myself based on watching some others like Sandra Setis, then I could be halfway competitive. So that's pretty much it. Now my take on Evgeny Prudnik and Devon Larratt. Now a lot of you know from the other videos I made that I wasn't very fond of Devon, but it was only in the context of Devon and Levon and the very abusive behavior he had towards Levon and the disrespect. I don't care if he did it for show or for theatrics. For the regular person watching arm wrestling like me, I think most of us found it distasteful and disrespectful for this sport. That said, now we're going to swoop that over to this side. I do have a bias against Evgeny Prudnik. So I want to let you know right away, I do have a bias, but if I set the bias aside, after watching, now I've watched a lot of Evgeny stuff, including, remember the time that he rubbed Matt's head there? That thing, I didn't like that at all. But so I've watched all that. I've watched a lot of his stuff. Of course, you know I've already studied Devon Larratt. If you want to know the truth, folks, and you're not going to believe this, I think Devon Larratt is going to totally waste and kill Prudnik. You heard it here. I mean, what I've been seeing of Devon lately, now keep in mind, I'm not comparing Devon anymore to Levon. That I still stand by what I said. I'm talking about Devon going against normal people, normal pros, like and good pros like Evgeny Prudnik. I'm thinking that Devon Larratt is going to totally wash out, annihilate, destroy, and embarrass Evgeny Prudnik. And Devon, if you're watching this, which I know that you're not, but maybe someone can get to him. You know what I would like for you to do, Devon? I'd like for you to give old Prudnik the head rub, like he did Todd Hutchins, and like he did your friend Matt. If you win, I'd like for you to reach over there and rub and mess up his hair. Could you do that for me? Thank you. Now, the bias I have against Evgeny Prudnik is simply this. He's a Ukrainian that's living over in Poland or one of the countries on the outskirts of Ukraine. By law, he's an able-bodied man, Ukrainian, and he is supposed to be helping Ukrainian in their fight against the infiltration and the war by Russia coming in and doing all their horrible things. And I know you probably have heard him say he's got some excuses like his passport, he's got some kind of disability where he can't go help, and I don't buy into any of that stuff. When I see Evgeny Prudnik training for arm wrestling like this, it makes me boil. Because are you aware there's Americans like me, red-blooded, corn-fed, Iowan-born Americans that have been going over to Ukraine to help you Ukrainians fight the Russians, and some of us have died. Okay, that's red-blooded American. Okay, Evgeny is Ukrainian, and he's hiding out where in Poland or whatever, and he's got a list this long of excuses why he can't go help fight for his country. And I give him a 2 thumbs down. When I watch the videos of little kids and their bodies laying in the street, you can see those videos, and grandmas and mothers just blown apart. They need every able-bodied man to be fighting and getting rid of these Russians out of the country. And so it makes me boil over when I see Evgeny Prudnik constantly with his smile laughing around and his laundry list of excuses as to why he can't go help his country. Folks, that gets a 2 thumbs down from me. It really does. So that's just him as a person. I find that his character is about, a half-inch thin. He has no depth of character. He has no integrity. And he can make all the excuses in the world why he doesn't want to go help out. But there are women and children and elderly people dying, and he could have been helping them out. That's my take on Evgeny Prudnik, the man. As far as Evgeny Prudnik, the arm wrestler, of course, he's a kick-ass arm wrestler. That said, Devon Larratt is going to kick his ass. You mark my words, that he's going to waste him. And I don't care what Evgeny Prudnik just did with Hermes, okay? That, those guys are like this. It could have been some kind of stunt to maybe psych Devon out. I think Devon's smarter than that. Okay, Devon Larratt is smarter than that. It's some kind of stunt they did they're like this. Watch their videos. They're like pals. They're like buds. So I don't pay any attention to what Prudnik did with Hermes about beating him. And so last word, I am getting stronger, feeling a little bit better. I'm way far away from doing anything in the arm wrestling table right now, at least being competitive. I just don't want to go waste my time and do this. You're not going to learn anything by losing. Now, if you lose a match or a championship, that's different. But going to practice and just constantly losing, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to wait till I can get a little bit competitive. And it's starting to happen. So last word, Devon Larratt crushes Prudnik, Evgeny Prudnik. You heard it here. Devon Larratt obliterates Evgeny Prudnik. Check back to this video. Kurt, Waco Kid, I'll see you later. Happy Halloween.